It falls to me as the chair of the partnership just to welcome you to this evening, really, and say thank you very much for coming. It's the second time that we've tried something on this scale.
Okay, so I'm here with...
Sergeant Major Needham.
And this is the...
Army Cadet Force stand.
So, can I just ask why you're here today then?
I'm here to promote the Army Cadet Force and basically tell people about everything that we do and try and recruit, but I'm not supposed to tell you that.
We know the Army's about recruiting, so obviously the cadets are as well.
I've done everything, anything that's been available to me, I've done it, be it kayaking, to rock climbing, to shooting, anything, any main competitions. I wasn't the most behaved of kids, but when I did get into cadets, you find a sense of discipline. Like when you're coming in and you're doing PE and stuff like that in school, rather than being the one that sits there and calls the person that's doing the weakest, you want to bring that person forward and you want to be able to include them in the teamwork activities and stuff.
One of the things that I would really like you to get out of today is information from all of the organisations represented here, because I think that we do what we do for exactly the same reason. We want young people to be better off from being involved with us and our organisations.
I am a youth volunteer advisor for Be Involved, which means that my aims are to encourage young people, 16 to 25-year-olds, into volunteering in the first place, make them aware of what their potential benefits are. As you know yourself, because you are a volunteer, that
I do.
that there are lots of benefits to do with volunteering. Once we make them realise that sort of thing, then we try to signpost them to volunteering opportunities that match things that they're interested in. Either might be their hobbies, might be their interests, might be career interests, that sort of thing. So that's my role.
So you think volunteering is a big part of the world itself today?
I think a lot of organisations wouldn't be able to run as they do now if it wasn't for voluntary work.
And whether we work for the council, the police or the health service, whether we volunteer with the Scouts, the Boys Brigade or with any other organisation represented here this evening, we are trying to make a positive difference to the lives of young people.
So I'm here at the Scouts with David Taylor. I've never actually understood Scouts. I mean, you've got a selection on the store. Can you tell me exactly what activities you do, things like that?
Pretty much, you name it, Scouts will do it. The hill walking, climbing, more modern activities such as mountain biking, BMX biking, sailing as well as anything else like that.
Okay, so I'm now joined with...
Charles Hall, or Charlie, from the Youth Service Adventure Team. I manage the adventure team in Nottinghamshire. We have two bases, one at Home Pier Point, Lakeside Adventure Base, and the other base is at Kingsmill Reservoir called the Mill Adventure Base.
I live near there. Wow.
Okay, and what we do is a whole range of adventure activities for young people aged between 11 to 19. Things like sailing, canoeing, kayaking, climbing, all those sort of activities we do on site. Then we do things like mountain biking, rock climbing, coast-to-coast bike rides and all those activities off-site.
Chris O'Brien, the Service Manager for the Youth Support Service.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
I'm here tonight representing the Safeguarding Board of Notts County Council, and I'm here to offer advice and guidance to the voluntary projects here with regards to setting up safeguarding policies, ensuring young people are safe in their organisation.
Wonderful. So would you say that volunteering does count a huge part to this day and age?
Volunteering is one of the few aspects that young people can give their time, effort and space in to really give something back to society and show that they have a worth and a value even from as young as 10 years of age.
Here with
Lisa Barker.
And this stall is all about?
Nottinghamshire Clubs for Young People. We provide events and activities and training for young people and youth leaders in Nottinghamshire, so the city and the county.
It does sound like you do a lot. So how many volunteers do you actually roughly have then in total?
I'd say we have about 30 active volunteers at the moment, but we're always recruiting new volunteers, so if you're up for it, let's give it a go.
Recruiting guys. Okay, so it sounds a bit weird, a guy at Girl Scouts, but I'm stood here with...
Claire Mapstone from Girl Guiding Nottinghamshire.
Sounds like fun. So tell me a bit about what you do then.
Like they go rock climbing and they go camping and stuff like that, whereas with the brownies it's we don't tend to take them away quite so much. We do go on day trips, like at Easter we're going to Cadbury's World for the day.
A world of chocolates. Yay. So how long have you been in the Girl Guides for then?
Well, I joined brownies when I was 6 and I am now 27 and I've never left. I'm smiling, I love it.
Smiling Girl Guide. Have fun.
The whole purpose of having a youth partnership in Nottinghamshire is to enable organisations to work together.
Okay, so moving on from the Girl Guides, I'm now here with the Boys Brigade with
Matt, where we do a lot more drill-based stuff. We go marches around Nottingham City Centre. We've got our own band and everything like that. And through the Boys Brigade you can actually earn quite a few badges. One of which is the Queen's Badge. It's the highest badge you can earn.
And do you own that?
I do. I've got my miniature just there, upside down sadly.
Enchilada.
And I'm basically the voice for the young people because Boys Brigade is run by a few quite old people.
But old people sometimes can be fun.
They can, just to make fun of.
We all know that's true. So I'm here at the Prince's Trust with
Hamraj. One of the things that inspired me about the Prince's Trust was the coordinated way, the detail that they take in terms of the quality of the programmes. It's about taking the negative cycle that young people are in and putting them into a positive sort of cycle, positive progression. So they do concentrate all their programmes on trying to make sure young people can get out of the negative lifestyles that they've got and into positive lifestyles. And that's what inspires me.
Okay, so moving on, we're here with
Lauren
at the Young Farmers Club.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about what you actually do then.
We're a rural youth organisation, aged between 10 to 30, that meet weekly within clubs around the county. We have 11 clubs around the county. We do sort of sports and fun things, and training in Duke of Edinburgh is on our curriculum as well. So.
You're supported by around and about 6,500 adult volunteers.
Okay, so next we're with
Carol Greaves
at the Disability
Support Team. And Disability Support Team runs specialist youth provisions throughout the county. So we have a youth club in each of the boroughs. We also run the Pioneers Youth Forum, which is a youth forum for young disabled people, which obviously feeds into the Youth Assembly, Young People's Boards, etc., etc. We run inclusive holidays throughout the year and days and things like that for young people.
And I'm here at the stall Neon. Can you tell us what Neon stands for?
Neon is the Nottinghamshire Youth Organisations Network. We try to bring together the various voluntary youth organisations in the area to share good practice, to access training, funding, advice about how to set their organisations up.
You are?
I'm Josh Davis, yeah.
Josh Davis. And tell me a bit about what you do.
Well, essentially, my role is to lead the Young People's Board in the strategic decisions that it makes with regards to participation in activities that other organisations are involved in. It's our job to ensure that there are standards there which enable those activities to be safe for young people, and it's also important for us to give young people a real voice and an influence on issues which are affecting them, which a lot of other organisations deal with. It's about really supporting young people, giving them a voice on an issue which they feel impassionate about, and it's also about making sure that other partnerships and organisations are aware of those issues and how they can change and influence young people.
So what we do, we recruit young people locally and find money locally, and we send them to centres run by the Outward Bound Trust, Aberdyfi in North Wales or the Lake District of Scotland. And Outward Bound's one of the things that change kids' lives.
So you pretty much say volunteering does make a huge difference on young people's lives then?
I know it, I've got the evidence, I've seen it, and I've got the young people's evidence to say, yes, it does.
Rural Community Action Nottinghamshire is about working with people living in rural communities, offer a range of services and that can help improve life, really. The project that I actually run is Wheels to Work Nottinghamshire, and that's a project helping people get to jobs, training and education where transport is a key barrier to them doing so.
Actually, you will directly impact on the lives of 20,000 young people every year. you will and they will indirectly impact on their friends and their families, and they will be better off for being involved with